Welcome back to Garden Talk, brought to you by the Penn State Erie County Extension Master Gardeners. And again, today I'm your co-host, Mike Bailey, and I think Ellen is with me. Are you, Ellen?
I am. I'm here again.
You're here again.
Just to haunt you.
To haunt me. Okay, fine.
I'm going to haunt you.
I'm tough. I can live with that. Hey, what do you want to what do you want to talk about today, or what am I going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about planting trees and shrubs.
Planting trees and shrubs. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I think that's wonderful because this is one of my pet peeves, okay, about this whole thing. Okay. And brace yourself, right? Okay. And most of the things that we're going to say are going to apply to both trees and shrubs. And, I guess one of my thoughts, would it surprise you a whole lot that if the most important thing that I think anyways of when you talk about planting a tree or a shrub, you got to think about a little bit of planning. Because
planning ahead.
Planning for growth primarily. What's going to happen to that tree or that shrub? It totally drives me crazy. Can you tell? Okay, when I see people
you're talking fast.
Put things in the wrong place. Come on, give me a break. They put a tree really close to the house, or they get one of these beautiful, expensive, weeping cherry things, and they put it up right in the corner of the house. Guess what's going to happen to that thing? It's going to grow. My weeping cherry here at my house, the crown of it, the canopy of the whole tree, that is about 25 feet in diameter from side to side. Okay, if I had that in the corner of my house, it'd be a nightmare. But it looks good way out in the middle of the yard.
Middle of the yard.
Yeah, it's kind of taken a beating from these cold winters that we had 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm not sure what's going to happen to it, but that's another story. But this whole idea of planning is so very, very important. And when I think about planning, the planting site. Okay, how much space is this tree or shrub going to use? Is it sun or shade? Okay, don't try to put it too close to the house. Like I said, is it moist or dry? Is it poor or good soil? Okay, and off-season issues. Okay, what about snow removal? Okay, don't. No, this is serious. Okay, don't put this shrub, or young tree where you think you might plow the snow too, because it's going to interfere with things. And talk about along the same line, vision blocking. I live near an intersection, and somebody a couple of years back they planted this big ornamental grass, which is beautiful. Okay. And it got big, and by the end of the season, you couldn't see cars coming. Okay, so we had to work it out with them. So they had to remove this stuff. We had to get the township involved, but somebody was going to get killed. Okay, it was a wonderful idea. It was beautiful plants.
What about
put in the wrong place?
What about the roots? What about? I mean, if you're going to plant this really close to your house. Not only are the branches and the leaves and all that going to get a lot bigger, but also the root structure is going to, get too close to your house maybe, or damage your foundation and all of that.
You're right,
so
and
you
that can happen.
Careful about your root structure also.
Yes, and in fact, when you talk about root structure, you can include, other obstacles like your water and sewer lines that you might have to get, or your electrical lines if you have to get to them, or your cable. And some of these cables, for the TV and internet, okay, they bury them a half inch under the ground. I've watched them do this, okay? And I don't know, maybe you got a leach bed. We have a leach bed, or we used to have a leach bed. Don't go plant a tree in the middle of your leach bed. That's not a good idea. And you got to think about how big things we're going to get, the height, okay?
Right.
Don't plant them under the wire, under the wires, right, okay?
The wire, We're removing a lot of trees right now from the electrical wires.
Yeah, and don't they look ugly when they do that? Okay, you don't want to spend 20 years growing a beautiful tree and then have this company, hired by the power company to come by and trim it for you, because it's going to look ugly in about 15 minutes. Okay,
right? Because they're not shaping; they're just cutting the branches away from the power line.
You're right.
That's all they're doing.
So you got to think about the canopy of the tree. Okay, how big is it going to get? Look that stuff up. Okay, and how big is that bush going to get? What about the width of the bush? If you want it to grow, nice and big and flowery, if it is a flowering shrub, it needs a little bit of room. Okay, and then you also need to think about some of the tree and shrub characteristics. What about the fruit? Do you want acorns all over your yard? And that's okay if you do. Our seed pods or leaf drop, the life expectancy.
Right.
Some trees like poplars are only going to live they'll grow quick, but 25 years is pretty much their life expectancy. Climate limitations. Is this a good tree for your climate? My wife and I saw some beautiful pink dogwoods, okay, down near the lake. But we can't grow them at our house. And probably anywhere south of I-90, which is most of Erie County, you probably can't grow those pink dogwoods. So, you might get away with it for a while, okay, especially if you have your own little microclimate. It might be fine, but, you got to be careful about that.
That's another, like the magnolia trees that come out. I mean, they look pretty, but I think you have flowers on them maybe a week, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're looking for something that's real pretty, how long are those blossoms going to last?
Right.
That kind of thing, too.
Right. And the magnolias, they were beautiful this year because they didn't get disrupted.
They were. Yeah.
Oh, okay, they were just gorgeous. Right. Okay. Another thing about the roots, some trees, roots tend to come to the surface. Okay, poplar trees are like that. Willow trees are like that. So do a little bit of research. Okay, so that you're happy with what you got. This is a big investment. Not only what you initially pay for, but how much care you're going to have to give to this, and that tree's going to hopefully be there for a while. So, I hope this doesn't discourage you from planting a tree.
Don't go plant a tree.
but think about what you're doing. Read those tags, okay? Do a little bit of research. All right. So, and next time we're going to talk about buying trees. Okay. So until next time, thank you very much.
All right.
Okay. Fine.
Have a good day.
Bye bye.